Okay, to multiply two numbers between 91 and 99, firstly subtract 100 with this number, with this, in this case 93. 100 minus 93 should be 7, and then subtract 100 with this number here. This should be 94. This number should be 94. Then 100 minus 94 should be 6. This would equal to, firstly multiply these two numbers. That would be 42. Then subtract this number with this number. So 93 minus 6 should be 87. So the result is 87, 42. This is 93 times 94. Why this happen is, these are actually just this 100 minus a times 100 minus times 100 minus b. This should be equal to 100 times 100 minus a, then minus b. Then add it with the AB itself. AB is multiplication of the small numbers that we find before. And here's the 100 minus a part. This part is actually this part. So okay, let's continue. Then the second one is multiplication of two numbers between 41 and 49. This should be harder than before because you have to divide something with 2, which is harder if the number itself that should be divided by 2 is an odd number. So firstly, let's try with 41 times 43. Here's the thing. This multiplication is harder if both numbers are different, have different parity. If one is odd and one is even, or vice versa. However, this should be easier though if these two numbers are both even or both odd. Well, 41 and 43 are both odds, so this should be easier to calculate. Then firstly, find a number that 50 subtract 50 minus this number. That should be 9 here. 50 minus 41 is 9. Then 50 minus 43 is 7. So we'll already know that already. 9 times 7 is 63. Well, because this have same parity, so you'll just write it here. Then subtract this number with this number. 41 minus 7 is 34. Then divide it with 2. So for 34 divided by 2 is 17. And here we are. Here's the result. Nextly, if the number is both even, well, this would not make much difference than before, except the result should be even. Okay, firstly, 50 minus 42 is 8, then 50 minus 44 is 6. So you multiply these two numbers, this would give you 48. Then 42 here minus 6 here, this would be 36. Then 36 divided by 2 is 36 divided by 2 is 18. So the result should be 1848. Well, this would be harder if both have different parity. Like, let's try with 41 times 42. This is okay. This is 9 and this is 8. So 9 times 8 is 72. Well, you will not write the 7 first because, well, something big mess will happen at this point. Okay, let's start with write the 2 because we sustain that the ones digit or the units digit will not be changed again later. So 41 here minus 8, this would be 33. But, well, you can divide 33 by 2, but will not end with integer. It would be 16.5. But let's just take the 16 here and add the 5 to the 72 earlier. 7 plus 5 is 12, so that will be 2 in here, and this have carryover of 1. The previous number is 16, then add 1 to the 16, and here's the result, 1722. Same as before, this is actually just 50 minus a times 50 minus b. This will be, no, we're not writing 2500 here because that would make everything not nice. So this is 50 times 50 minus a, then minus b plus ab. The 50 minus a here is just this part here. So you'll just subtract this number with this number. That's the easy part. But okay, the dividing by 2 is actually came from this. 50 is just 100 divided by 2, so let's rewrite this as 100 divided by 2 times 50 minus a minus b plus ab. This comes from, can be generalized as this, k minus a times k minus b. This should be the k minus a, this should be k times k minus a minus b plus ab. This is the k minus a part is this part. Sorry for my bad handwriting, cause that would be hard here. Okay, let's rewrite this nicely. K minus a. This is the generalized part for this. K would be anything, any numbers. So k would be 100, can be 100, like in the 90s, multiplication between 91 and 99 before. And if k is 50, then that would be multiplication between two numbers, multiplication of two numbers between 41 and 49.